Hey, on Fan Appreciation Night, who can't appreciate a 20-point win over OKC, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who plays. They won by 20. They beat the Thunder, and the Nuggets win streak rolls on. 11 games and counting. We got a raucous crowd here tonight. Friday night in the Mile High, a late night at Ball Arena. And you are watching Nuggets postgame live, brought to you by your Toyota Front Range stores. Vic Lombardi, Chris Dempsey, the 11-game win streak, third longest in franchise history. They notched their 53rd win of the year tonight. They only won 50 last season.
Yeah.
So it's important to note they're ahead of last year's pace. And if you're wondering, because you mentioned this game went by quickly, right?
Yeah, it did.
You know why?
Why?
Because they only attempted, OKC, 12 free throws as a team, and that's usually what Shea gets by himself.
Yeah.
So no free throws tonight. Got through
really,
it.
It's funny how you see how much free throws lengthen a game, because when you don't put them in, you're right. What, totally 12 and 25 free throws total in the game.
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
All right, so a little surprising before the game when word came down that the Nuggets, just like OKC, were going to sit their regulars. The entire starting five for Denver did not play. That left guys like Jonas Valančiūnas and Julian Strawther, guys who have come off the bench, and look at the numbers they put up tonight. Jonas, 23 and 17, my goodness.
Yeah, so look, if you followed Jonas Valančiūnas' career, he was doing this kind of stuff on a regular basis. He was a major double-double center everywhere he ever went. And so, you know, it's funny because at the beginning of the season when he got here, we knew there might be some games where Nikola Jokic might not play. And I said at the time, we will see something like a 23 and a 17, a 22 and a 20, because he's that kind of player. Just operates in the paint, was great all night long on offensive glass in particular, but just moves guys out of the way. When he throws his weight around, people just bounce right off of him. And he was immense for the Nuggets. You knew you needed points in the paint. You needed to be strong there, and he was. And so Jonas Valančiūnas, what he was able to do, especially early in the game, to start to set a tone for the Nuggets was huge.
And Julian Strawther, for some reason, he loves playing against OKC. Remember, it was Game 6 last year in the playoffs. He had 15 points. Big game for him. Big reason why the Nuggets extended it to 7. Tonight, Julian responds with 4 threes, 22 more.
Yeah, and they ran so much stuff for him today. You know, it was, you know, he was kind of like, they were running a lot of stuff that they run for Tim Hardaway, a lot of the stuff that they would run for Jamal Murray, or, and so you're originating from a lot of the corners of this kind of action to get him to his right hand. He knows when to use the floater, when to get to the rim, or to take the jump shot. This is just really nice for him to be able to get extended run, and not just being out there as a third or fourth option, but a primary option, whether he had the ball in his hands or whether he was receiving it to make a shot.
All right, Nuggets fans, I have a question for you. Every time Lou Dort touched the ball tonight, what did you guys say? All right, well, let me explain why, all right? It's one thing what he did to Nikola Jokic for the last couple of games, but tonight, there was this.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was not a flagrant according to the officials, but don't tell that to David Roddy, who's got his nose rearranged there.
Yeah, that's just, you know, Lou Dort, there's always something with this guy, right? It's, you know, he gets on the court, somebody gets hurt, there's a flagrant foul, there's a fight, there's, you know, and so, you know, he's going to look at this play and go, well, I was just going for a rebound. And, yeah, you know what, that might be true. But you also know exactly where your elbows are going. I mean, you're not oblivious.
It's not like his arms are numb.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And so players like that are very irritating, just to be honest with you.
Well,
and Honestly, it's too bad. I thought that was a flagrant foul.
For David Roddy, when they were rearranging his nose, it was almost like he was receiving smelling salts because he woke up after that. What a night for the CSU product. David Roddy doesn't get much playing time. He's moved around the league. Yeah. Tonight he goes 8 of 12. He had 3 triples, 21 points.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, I watched him his entire career up at CSU, and he was really good at CSU. He's so much better now. He's so much more versatile in terms of getting to the rim. We saw it inside out, dribbling straight to the rack. The 3-point shot, he has extended range. That's there as well. But look at this move right here, that one. I mean, yes, yeah. Exactly. Got the bench up and everything. It has been a pleasure to be able to see David Roddy's game really expand. He's a really, really good basketball player. My hope for him is that he latches on somewhere on a standard contract, that they play him, because I think he can be a real asset to any team that he's on.
Chris, look at the standing room crowd we have here at Ball Arena tonight.
Yes.
And they are awaiting the arrival. We will have a Nuggets player coming up. We will hear from Coach Adelman. We'll have a lot more on Nuggets post-game live. Spirit of the Nuggets reserves, because they went to town tonight. They beat OKC by 20. We go downstairs and hear from Coach David Adelman.
Yeah, and I think we all know in this room, what he can do offensively. And I think he took a step, in the right direction of getting better at the things he's already good at. Going to his right, the floater's gotten better and better. Much more confidence just to shoot the ball from the 4-point line and let the thing go when he feels like he's open, which we need from him. 4 for 7 tonight. But throughout the season, just the confidence. I think for a guy like him that plays on a really good team, and his minutes have been sporadic because of the coach's decision, which is my decision, obviously. He has to come in the game and feel ultra confident all the time. And that's a skill in our league, and it's hard because everybody wants to find a rhythm, in the NBA, but not all roles are the same. So I've been really proud of him. I think he's taken steps defensively as well. He's tried to, make an impact on that end with his hands. Got a couple steals tonight, deflections. That's what we need from him, when we're fully healthy. There'll be guys that have to sacrifice. He'll be one of them. We know what he can bring to the table.
Kind of a two-part question as a coach. Coaching a game like that, what's kind of a try-hard game, do the right thing, guys getting up to. Do you love coaching a game like that? And the second part is, did you have a little flashback, though, kind of in the middle of the season? Because that's what you had to do a whole bunch of.
Yeah, and I thought when I talked to the team this morning, there was a worry for me that they would see we had guys out, they had guys out, what's your approach going to be? And I did walk into the room thinking I was going to have to give some kind of inspirational, like, we're here to win the game talk. But I could tell these guys were ready to play. They saw opportunity out there. And you're right, it's fun to coach a game like that because you get to see guys that you really respect, that work hard every day, that don't get the opportunity to play in front of the fans. And the fans don't see the work they put in, and we do. So being able to see that tonight, come to fruition, what Roddy did, I mean, it was so fun to watch him play. I thought Curtis was great, competed. KJ, I throw him in the game in a really tough spot. It's a 2-minute, 3-minute run the first half, makes an impact. So, yeah, it was good to see those guys. And then, for guys that have been in the rotation, seeing Jonas get a lot of minutes was good for him to find some rhythm around the basket, going 9 for 14. So a lot of positives. I was just really proud of the group and their approach to the game.
David in the back, you just kind of touched on it a little bit, but hoping you can expand more on just how special it is to see David Roddy, a CSU guy, limited minutes since he joined you guys, but come out, have such a huge performance, 21 points, and just everything that he was able to do today.
Yeah, David's got an intensity about him. I've only known him for a little, short period of time now, but he's a pro, man. He really works at his game, takes everything seriously. Small thing that people don't realize and don't see, picking up an offense and a defense in a short period of time in the NBA is really hard. And he did it. And that takes film work and want to. You have a contract, you're probably not going to play. It's very easy just to skirt the line a little bit and just say, if I get some, time at the end of the game, it's whatever. It's not the way he's approached it, and that's the way he had success tonight. I really believe that, the professionalism. And I haven't told him this, but I remember when he was at CSU, that late night Saturday game was fun to watch. When he used to just blast people near the rim and just go